What's good? What's really, really good, y'all? It's your boy Aaron Bevins, the Millennial Entrepreneur, and today is October 5th. It's Wednesday, and today marks day 46 of the 60-day challenge. I'm incredibly excited because at this point we have momentum. All right. Currently, right now, the status is $239,000 in deals inked and contracted from this live cold call leads, vetted driving for dollars leads, as well as referrals from you guys. There were a couple referrals that are JV deals with you guys. We're at $239,000 in about 47 days. We have 13 days left, and our we need $11,000 in order to hit our goal. And so many of you guys have tuned in live. Many of you guys have caught the replay. And why have we done this? The objective from the beginning of this challenge was to answer the question, if I were to lose everything and I had to rebuild my business and build a six-figure wholesaling firm again, how would I do it? And I've always said, I can do that in 90 days, and I would do that by driving for dollars, skip tracing those properties, and then calling them. Right? I've always said that. Um, and so that's what we started doing that. And so the first goal was, let's get a property under contract. And we got a property under contract in about 2 weeks. And I was driving for dollars live virtually, and I was showing you how to do that with batch driven. We were actually selecting the properties together, and we were skip tracing them together, and we were calling them live together. Many of you who have been following me for this 46-day journey thus far, from the beginning, you already know what I'm saying, right? And so we generated it was like a $35,000 deal in about 2 weeks, and we closed in on our first goal, which was six figures in 30 days or less. We beat that goal by 2 days when we hit $123,000 in projected revenue contracted. All right. About four of those deals are already assigned, and I'm very, very excited to see how the numbers play out in terms of projected revenue to actual closed revenue. One of the deals did fall off, and so we did take that away from our projected revenue. But it's okay because another deal just came on board. It was a couple nights ago. I don't know if you remember. Last night we had Joseph Frangos. Shout out to Joseph Frangos. But the night before that, there was a gentleman who agreed last minute. It was like the final call last minute. We got him under contract. So right now we're currently at $239,000 conservatively in projected revenue. And in 47 days, we have 13 days left in the challenge, so we need $11,000 in the next 13 days. Can we do it? Man, listen, I don't know how to do anything else but it, if it is accomplishing the goal that we set out to do. All right, so guys, what's on the agenda today? So today, obviously, normally I go live at 7 p.m. on Wednesdays. Because I'm busy in the evenings, I'm going live from 4 to 6. All right, so I do have to like cut this live a little bit short, but we only have a few minutes here. So basically, I want to maximize the amount of value that I'm giving here. So the agenda is, before I go into calls, I want to talk about something that a lot of people have questions about, that they never discuss. And oftentimes, this is one of the things that holds them back from scaling, because there's the back end operations things that they're not thinking about, and that is the transaction coordination. All right. And I just have something that I'm going to share here right after the intro. And it's super valuable, okay, because it's just some nuggets. That's all it is. Like, I'm not selling you anything or anything like that. It's just some value whenever it comes to transaction coordination. And then we're getting into the live calls, because we have $11,000 that we need to lock up in the next 13 days in order for us to hit our goal of $250,000 in contracts locked up in 60 days or less. So I hope you guys are excited. I hope you guys are hyped because we're about to make this thing happen. Right after this intro, I'm about to shout some of you guys out. So I need to know what city, what state you're in. I know I'm tuned in at a different time because it's Wednesday, but everybody who's on the live, let me know what city, what state you're currently in, where you're marketing. That way, everybody who's on the replay, everybody who's here live, we can connect with one another, we can do deals, and we can accelerate our growth in our businesses. All right, so make sure you put that in the comment sections because right after this intro, I'm going to shout you guys out and then we're going to make this thing happen. Nothing but value, no fluff. Let's get it.
If you're not closing deals today, your business is dying.
I just really think you don't like my assignment fees. But it's all good though, cause I'll double close. Ask me how much did I make, only my mother knows. Now I'm at the dealership like I own one of those. I just made 100,000 right under your nose. 10 bands, 50 band Q Miller. My pipeline like Godzilla. Please do not play with my Skrilla. Attorney on deck, he a killer, yeah. Beat on my chest like gorilla. Me and winning are familiar, yeah. Me and the whole are familiar. Neapolitan vanilla, yeah, that's mixed up, not messed up.
Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. All right, so, I mean, listen, if nothing else in the day, make sure you're here to hear the intro because you can't not be hyped after listening to the intro. Come on, man. If you're not closing deals today, your business is dying. All right, so before we hop into the calls, let me just give some shout outs to some of you guys who are in here going crazy. Valerie Alexander was good. My man Javon, he said, this is insane. Look at this, my man Paul Sullivan, Akron and Columbus. Let's connect, Ohio. That's where I'm from. And he even puts his number in there. Guys, connect with my man Paul. Here's the cool thing, guys. Whenever people are like this in the comment section, typically it's because they think like you, right? You're watching this for a reason. All right. And the other people in here are also doing this business and wanting to do this business. So people who are inexperienced, connect with people who are experienced. Maybe you can JV to deals together. People who are both inexperienced, team up together. Maybe y'all can split the bills on stuff and get stuff done. But connect with one another because that is the secret sauce to getting deals done fast in business. So go connect with Paul Sullivan. I love to see it. Hillary Torres, San Antonio in the building. What up? Gilbert, what's good? Colorado Springs. What's up, YouTube world? San Antonio, The Tone. My man Joey Zamat says, cold calling with you, bro. Thanks for the content. You already know how it goes, my guy. Joe, I need for Joey to be making at least $20,000 to $50,000 a month before me and him talk about our next milestone moving forward together. So I love the fact that my man Joey is taking action. All right, but Joey, look, I'm leading for the front, bro. I'm leading from the front. All right, exactly for people like Joey who are in the trenches, right? Because listen, it's temporary, but you have to have that season of building and fighting and pushing. You have to have that season of momentum building. Everybody has to go through that in order to reap the rewards of sustained momentum. We got Fresno, California is in the building. All right, guys, so check this out. What up, Silver Willow? What up, acquisition manager here from the Philippines. Let's go. Philippines, I love it. Okay, so guys, before I hop into calls, I want to share something that I believe is very, very valuable. A lot of people don't talk about transaction coordination. What do I mean by transaction coordination? Well, if you contract a bunch of deals, that's paperwork. In real estate and in wholesaling especially, we're not even transacting real estate. It's paper. That's what we're transacting. So whenever we say we're doing $50,000 a month in revenue, whenever we say we're doing $100,000 a month in revenue, whenever we say we have 223,000, what are we at right now? $239,000 in revenue. What is that? We are contracting real estate, okay? And then we're selling the contract, meaning it's paperwork. So transaction coordination in our company, that's the role that is responsible for overseeing all of the paperwork, making sure that the first purchase agreement, The I's are dotted, the T's are crossed to make sure that the executed date is filled in properly. The closing date is, everything is signed, sealed, delivered, right? The transaction coordinator is also the one who makes sure that the assignment contract is beautiful and everything, all the I's are dotted, T's are crossed before it's sent over to title. Right? So everything, all of the paperwork, any amendments, any addendums, any leasebacks, everything that is paperwork, the transaction coordinator, their responsibility is to oversee that. But also another task of the transaction coordinator role is exactly what the name bears out, which is the transaction coordination, right? So the coordinator is typically the one telling everybody where to go so that everything is coordinated, right? So the transaction coordinator is dealing with lots of personalities. The transaction coordinator might have to deal with the seller because they're gathering information for clearing title. The transaction coordinator may have also dealing with the buyer because they're working on an amendment with the contract. The transaction coordinator is working internally with the team to make sure that everybody who's handling said vendors is everybody is abreast with what's going on. And here's the thing: we're as wholesalers, we're dealing with wholesale real estate. And why do we have these contracts at 30, 40, 50 cents on the dollar? Because there's problems with these properties. So the transaction coordinator in a wholesaling company needs to be somebody who can handle multiple personalities, can handle multiple projects, you know what I mean, in a spirit of peace and at all times keep the company standards, right? This is right, predictable paperwork, predictable transaction coordination requires a whole department. Now, many of you guys are doing this while also wearing the hat of marketer, while also wearing the hat of acquisitions, while also wearing the hat of dispositions, while also wearing the hat of finance. You're also wearing the hat of transaction coordinator, meaning after you've done all the work to get that deal opened in escrow, you're handling all the facilitation of clearing title, right? And while making sure that you can get it sold, while making sure that you pacify the seller, right? So we need to be thinking about like this as a business. And we need to make sure that we identify what roles need to be filled in the business, and transaction coordination is one of them. Now, I'm not going to go into everything we required for a transaction coordinator, all of the steps, but what I am going to show you is the beginning of a good transaction coordination process, which is what I call simply the contracting process. It's who tees it up for the transaction coordinator that can make the transaction coordinator's life easy. Now, typically, the person teeing it up to the transaction coordinator is the acquisitions person. The acquisition person is the person who's frontline in the field, negotiating, talking with the seller, and typically it's the acquisition person who will be getting the contract, right? Are y'all following me? So what I'm about to cover right now, it's only going to take like 3 to 5 minutes. Famous last words, right? It's only going to take like 3 to 5 minutes. All right. And I'm going to show you the contracting process. And basically what this is the step-by-step process that your acquisition people, my acquisition people do whenever they're getting the contract. All right. So I'm going to share the screen right now. And right after this, y'all, I'll start making live calls because I know that's what we came for. We came for that action. Okay. So the contracting checklist, what is this? This is what I want my acquisition people doing as they are drawing up the contract for the seller to sign it. Okay. Earon, why do you have a process for everything? Because I don't want to leave anything up for chance. And if somebody leaves my company, I want to make sure that there's a process left behind so I can hire somebody quickly and get them in to fill that role as quickly as possible. I don't want my business to be at the mercy of people. I want people to work my process. That's why I have a checklist and a process for everything. And that's why I'm showing you to do that. All right. Anyway, but I can't go in detail with you because that's reserved for my actual, you know what I mean, my mentees. But I'm showing you as much as I can within the time, right? So the contracting process looks like this. Number one, you're going to set expectations, and here's what that looks like. Good, strong communication up front will make for a smooth transaction no matter what happens along the way, because the seller trusts that you are on their team. Here's your chance to prove they voted correctly. This is guys, by the way, I would screenshot this, print this out, have your own version of this. But I make sure that my acquisition people have this in front of them so they know that, right? You don't have, when you communicate very clearly in wholesaling, you don't have to lie. When you communicate very clearly and articulate your position very clearly, guys, you don't have to lie. And so what does that mean? You got to be a good communicator. And so we're setting expectations. Okay, so what does that look like? Number one, while we're contracting, this is what we do. We tell them, I don't use any of my own money. Just so you know, Mr. Sal, I don't use any of my own money. I have funding partners who fund the whole transaction. So I decide what house to buy, and they just put up the money. Normally, they just like to see the property before closing. When would be the best time to walk it and get pictures for contractors? All right, what am I doing right here? I'm setting expectations. I don't use any of my own money. If I do buy it, right, here's what happened. If you want to go a step further, what you can say here is listen, sometimes we buy them, sometimes we flip them, sometimes we Airbnb, sometimes we assign them, but you know what I mean? How much do you know what I mean? I don't use any amount of money most of the time. Right? This is how we position ourselves while we're contracting. Guys, why do we do this? We do this because we want to set ourselves up to be able to access the property, and we want them to know that there's other people involved in this deal that we need to show this property to. Okay? So we say normally they just like to see the property before closing. When would be the best time to walk it and get pictures for contractors? Right? We set expectations. Okay, here's the next thing on the contracting check. By the way, guys, you can use this as a script. It's not necessarily a script, but you can use this, sort of as a script on what to say whenever you're contracting the seller. The next thing is the title company and escrow. We let the seller know, once we finish the paperwork, I'll be submitting the docs to our title company so they can begin clearing title. When title is cleared, we can discuss our next steps before closing. And then we make intros here. What do I mean when I say intros? Well, in my company, we have a transaction coordinator. That's what I started this whole discussion with. All right. And in this case, I would make the call to my transaction coordinator and introduce my transaction coordinator to the seller. If you don't have a transaction coordinator, then what I would do is make a call to your title company and make an introduction to the front desk person. It just makes you more legit, right? Because now you're already setting them up for the next steps. And now they know whenever these people are calling them, you've already made the introduction, and now and nothing is a surprise. You're setting expectations. Normally what goes bad in deals is bad expectations. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? All right. Then the next thing, that the expectation that we set is normal closing is 30 days. Okay. And this is what we tell them. So, Mr. Seller, just so you know, our normal closing is 30 days or less, within 30 days or less. And then we put that in the purchase agreement. And then immediately from there, we go into this. Did you want title to make a check out to you or wire transfer? Why do we do it like that? We do this like this because sometimes the sellers will buck whenever we tell them 30 days. They'll say, no, you're cash. I want you closing in 2 weeks. Here's the thing, guys. Whenever we put 2 weeks on the contract, Valerie, because Valerie, you and I are doing 2 deals right now where we have 2 weeks on the contract, but I'm not knocking it because we needed to do that in order to get the deal. But I have 2 JV deals I'm doing right now, and they're both 14-day contracts. Even my transaction coordinator, whenever she saw those, she was like, "Dude, are you serious?" And I was like, that we had to do that in order to get the deal. But my point is, you know, 2 weeks, guys. That you're under the gun. That's a lot of pressure to be able to get the deal transact, because you got to clear the title. Plus, you need to make sure that you can walk the property and get the deal sold, and that your funding partner can actually like close within that time frame. You know what I mean? So you're hoping that your end buyer, your funding partner, in the deal can close within 3 to 5 days. You know what I'm saying? So it's possible, if you, especially if you have a good deal, but we want to set the typical closing for 30 days or more if it's a commercial deal. All right. All right. And then here's the next thing. I'm going to take myself off screen really quick. Here's the last thing that I want to go over really quick. And that is, this is a good time, guys, while you're contracting. If you don't already have it, verify who all has interest in the property. What do I mean by that? I mean, according to the law, all parties who have a vested interest in a piece of real estate, they have to sign off on that property. All right. Otherwise, they'll have to seek legal action in the deal. Now, what do I mean? We don't need all of them to sign to open escrow. We just need them to sign when it's time to close the deal. But regardless, here's a good time to know whenever you're contracting the deal. You want to know how many people have a vested interest in this piece of real estate. Why? Because you need to know how many people need to sign off on this whenever it comes time to closing. Ask me how I know. Man, over the last 5 years, I'm talking, there must be how many deals? I don't know how many deals that, man, it was such a profitable deal. And while it could have otherwise closed in 2 to 3 weeks, it took the deal 6 months to close because of dirty title, and because we had there were multiple heirs, and we had to find each one of the heirs. And when we did find them, then we had to get them to cooperate because this one wanted more money, and it was just, oh my goodness. We still got the deal to close, but what I'm saying is, verify who all has an interest in this property. Okay. And the reason why, because this is going to allow you, whenever it comes time to clear title, and title has questions about certain things, about who has interest in the property, this will allow you to be able to answer title's questions as well. All right. Samuel Espinosa says, thanks for the value. You already know, my guy. All right. It's amazing to see. And here's the thing. I want to take this time right now. By the way, I'm queuing up leads right now to call. While I am, shout out to all of you guys who are going crazy across all the platforms. Shout out to Joey. Shout out to Frank Curtis, OKC in the building. Pueblo and Colorado Springs in the building. Somebody says, what transaction management platform do you use? My transaction management platform that I use is called Excel spreadsheet. Literally, that's what it is. It's an Excel spreadsheet that does that manages my transaction coordination. Like it has all of my deals that have escrow opened. Like right, imagine like, let's say I have 15 to 20 deals that I'm working. Okay, and then there's just a notation on, is it assigned, is it just contracted, this one's pending a closing date, which title company it's with, what it was contracted for, what it's going to close for, right? And that is a dashboard for my transaction coordinator. But yeah, it's a spreadsheet. And that's how I do my transaction coordination. Some people might say it's primitive, but like, it allows us, I should say, because it's my transaction coordinator at Sable, who, by the way, Sable is an admin, but transaction coordination is her key role. But yeah, she's the one who manages it. But like, whenever we're doing our inventory meeting, she's the one who manages that. So I hope I answered your question, Facebook user. All right. So with that said, look, here's the thing though. We really came for the live calls. So let's make some live calls in this thing. Let's make some live calls in this thing. You understand me? You understand me? All right, so I'm really excited about this because we only need $11,000 for in 13 days. And we've done a whole lot more with a whole lot less. Not that I'm resting on my laurels, I'm just saying why I'm excited. You know what I mean? So what I'm doing right now, I'm pulling up my script. You would never go into battle without your sword. So, you know, in my company with my team, you never go into cold calling or warm calling in this case without your script. I don't care how good you are, right? Don't rest on your laurels. All right, so I'm about to hop into these calls right now, y'all. Let's get it. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Your call has been forwarded to
Dang, I got hit with that forward real quick. Real quick. Real quick. Let me double tap just in case. Oh, you're gonna answer now. You're gonna answer now.
your call has been
Oh, you just gonna forward me like that. Oh, I should have left a message. Excuse to triple tap or what? All right, I'm gonna triple tap, and if they don't answer, I'll leave a message. The only reason why I'm triple tapping is because I didn't leave a message. Normally, I only double tap. Some people say the triple tap works, though. We'll see right now. Listen, guys, here's the biggest determining factor in your success. It's can you stay consistent?
303.
Can you stay consistent?
4 is not available.
How long can you stay
At the
consistent
tone,
for?
Please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Sergio, this is Earon. I was calling about the property on Atkins Trail. I was reaching out to see if you were still interested in selling it. If so, definitely feel free to call me back. I hope you have a blessed day, and hopefully we can talk soon. Bye. Some people say don't leave voicemails, but here's what I say. I get too many calls back to justify the 15 seconds it takes to leave the voicemail. I'm sorry. I get too many calls back to justify cutting off, saving the 15 seconds on each call that I make. You know what I'm saying with the voicemail? Because the argument is always over time at scale, you're wasting more time per dial if you're leaving a voicemail for the ones that didn't answer. But then I'm like, but if one out of all the people you called that week on a voicemail did like contracted, right? That could be an additional I don't know 1 to 4 contracts a month. I'm probably being very, very, unrealistic with those numbers, but you get the point. Like, I get a lot of callbacks on voicemails, so like, I don't know, it's worth the time, is what I'm trying to say. 210. People don't want to spend the time because whenever life gets hard, they don't show up. And I'm here to tell you, no one's gonna save you. No one's gonna come get you. You need to show up for you every single day, even whenever it sucks, even whenever you're broke, even whenever you're in the momentum building phase, even when nobody knows you. There was a time when nobody knew me on Facebook or any of the social medias.
Please leave.
And all of my social medias are 100% organic. I've never done paid ads to my social medias, to my social any of my social medias. But there was a time nobody showed up to any of my stuff live. But it's just like you just got to keep showing up. There's a time when you have to live off of the only fuel you have to live off of is your own energy. The only fuel, because you don't have evidence, maybe you haven't closed the deal yet. You don't even have evidence yet. It's just fuel and faith, right? And here's what I tell you. I've seen so many people go through from that survival mode to 90 days, making more money in 90 days than they've ever made it in a quarter. And guys, we're at the beginning of fourth quarter right now. I've seen a lot of people go from 0 to hero in fourth quarter. I see it all the time. So that's why I'm speaking to you so urgently. It's the beginning of the quarter. It's October 5th. You got October, you got November, you got December to go hard, to go absolutely insane, to build up momentum and to be able to be unrecognizable going into 2021. Don't start your New Year's resolution on January 1st, 2021. What I'm saying is start your New Year's resolution now. Start your New Year's resolution right now, so that whenever you say whatever you're going to get done on January 1st, you already have momentum. That's what I'm trying to say. All right. I'm about to go into the next call right now, but Liz Agnolini says, everybody starts somewhere. Don't worry about what people think and just do what you know you need to do. Let's go. By the way, guys, Liz Agnolini is my integrator. If you're not following Liz Agnolini, definitely go follow her, and her husband, Christian, are absolutely amazing. And if it wasn't for Liz, I would probably, if it wasn't for Liz Agnolini, then I would probably be having a nervous breakdown at the beginning of each day because, you know, my business is like growing and scaling, and Liz is able to take my big vision and she's able to integrate it so that it's actually like we have a map and a game plan and keeps me accountable. So shout out to Liz Agnolini, guys. If you're not already following her, go follow her. You never know, she might be able to help you one day in your business. But she's absolutely phenomenal. If it wasn't for her, I don't think that we would have the amazing projections that we do in our business. And I mean that like with no cap. This is Roderick on YouTube, says, hey Earon, just got off the phone with an owner who has a home with fire damage. The ARV is 65,000. My max should be 15K, right? Or are the rules different? Okay, let me read this question again. Hey Earon, I just got off the phone with an owner who has a home with fire damage. The ARV is 65. Holy bro, what market is this where the ARV is 65? Do you mean the as is value is 65 or the ARV is 65? Where is the ARV 65? This got to be like St. Louis or Detroit. Where is the ARV 65, bro? Or like some rural area. Okay, so the ARV is 65. My max should be 15, right? Or here's one thing we know about, I don't know how much damage there is. Like when you say fire damage, is it fire damage to one little area in the corner of the house, or did the fire damage get into the electrical, or did the fire damage get into the roof? Because that determines what category of a rehab this is, Roderick. Remember our 3 categories of a rehab, guys. Remember our 3 categories of rehab, guys. Our 3 categories of a rehab are: number 1, a cosmetic rehab. Cosmetic rehab means it only needs paint and floors and maybe HVAC. You can offer 62% as your MAO of the ARV. Or The second category is a gut rehab. A gut rehab is whenever you need 2 to 3 of the big 5, right? The roof, foundation, electrical, plumbing, and HVAC. If you need 2 to 3 of those items, you can offer 40 to 45 cents as an MAO. Offer less if you want to make more money. And then the third category is a structural rehab, meaning it's going to need all 5 of the big 5 items. It's going to need roof, foundation, electrical, plumbing, and HVAC, which of course is obviously going to mean it's going to need cosmetic. So you can offer 20 to 35% of the ARV. So what I want to know, my question in response to your question, Roderick, is how much fire damage was done, because how much fire damage was done is going to determine which category we need to offer in, right? If it was just some smoke and it was done in the living room, it never touched the electrical, and you know it's just going to need some updates, some it's a cosmetic, okay? If it only got into, you know, the electrical, but we're gonna need to redo the electrical, so redo the walls, you know what I mean? We're looking at a gut, right? 40 to 45 cents on the dollar. But if it was a complete fire damage, you know what I mean? We may, by the way, if it's a complete fire damage burnt to a crisp, obviously that's not even a structural renovation. I'm offering land value. So at that point, what can I offer for land value? Well, here's how we identify land value. Here's a couple quick raw ways to do it. Number one is what has a property of similar lot size in that subdivision? What has a property with similar lot size in that subdivision at the top of retail sold for in the last 6 months? That's your ARV. And then for land, you can offer 5 to 8% of the ARV for land, because you can sell it around 10 to 12% of the ARV. Okay. I hope I didn't confuse you guys. I know I'm kind of going into the weeds, but I'm trying to answer this question. And listen, this is why a lot of this higher level stuff and deeper stuff is reserved for my community and my mentees, because I have more time to explain it. But I still have to make calls here, but I do want to answer you guys' questions. So I'm glad that y'all come here. Keep asking questions, guys. This is Roderick says, I was guessing all 5, but she said it was a little fire in the kitchen and smoke damage. Listen, if you think it's going to be all 5, then we can offer about 20 to 35%, let's say 25%. And so we're looking at the ARV is what? What'd you say? The ARV is 65, and I know I can offer like 25%. Bro, how much did you say? You would be at 15? Yep, I would be at, bro, I'd want to be at like 12 to 15K. Oh, this is why the market that he's in is in Little Rock. It's in Little Rock. Little Rock is like a it's like a little country city. It's like a country city. You know what I mean? But Little Rock, I could see. You know what I mean? But listen, if you have investors buying in that area, and you know that there's action there, just run your numbers, bro. And look, I would try to be conservative. You know, you're saying offer her 15. I might want to anchor around 10. You know, around 10. You know what I mean, Roderick? Roderick says, thanks. You already know, my guy. These numbers work, guys. Run your numbers, make your offer, shoot your shot. Okay? Rinse, wash, repeat. Or wash, rinse, repeat. All right, on to the next call. On to the next one. All right, so while I pull this call up, I just want to say I've really been enjoying the strategy sessions. Many of you guys have been taking me up on my offer, because one day I won't be doing this anymore. One day I'm going to delegate this, but right now I'm doing free strategy sessions. And it's because I'm looking for more people to bring into my community. Now, I can't work with everybody. I just can't, right? It's not possible. I can't work with everybody, but I am bringing on people who are ready to invest in themselves. I'm bringing on people who are ready to turn this hustle into a business that is generating six figures with predictability. Now, how big that is determines on how big your vision is. I have clients right now who are doing six figures a year. I have clients right now who are doing six figures a quarter. I have clients right now who are doing six figures a month. I have clients right now that are doing six figures every couple weeks. I have clients right now who are doing six-figure deals, right? So where you want to grow, the principles are still the same. But right now what I'm doing is free strategy sessions. All right, so how do you get a free strategy session with me? Go to yourwholesalebiz.com, book a free strategy session with me. And what does the strategy session consist of? While I get this next lead queued up. The strategy session is about a 30 to 45-minute call with me. I don't delegate this, and the reason why is because this is my passion. This is what I'm excited to do. I pretty much get to know you, and we break down your business. I ask you questions about you, your business, and I offer you some strategy and clarity on your next steps. Also, if it looks like it makes sense and it looks like I can help you, then I show you what I have to offer. And then at the end of the call, you get to decide if you want to be a part of it or not. Now, who do I recommend go on the strategy session? Go to the strategy session if you're already making money. Why? Because I'm giving away everything that you need free right here, enough for you to just go start making money. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're broke, then don't waste time on the strategy session. By the way, if you're broke, that's okay. It's okay. I'm telling you that a lot of people who are getting started broke. When I got started, I was broke. What I'm saying though is that learn from these calls, start taking action. I'm showing you that for free, but when you're ready to invest in yourself, all right, and it's going to be a no-brainer. It's going to be a no-brainer. Trust me, with what I do in my program, my community, the results that we see, it's a no-brainer. But when you are ready to take that step, to turn this hustle into a business where you're doing six figures with predictability, go book a free strategy session with me, and let's take your business to the next level. All right. I love it, man. Come on. I love this business. How could you not? My life has been changed. Other people's lives have been changed. All right. So I'm queuing up the next call. Y'all ready? Every time anybody ever says, y'all ready? Like that song comes up in my head. By the way, guys, I wanted to give you guys a shout out. Entrepreneur Music just hit 55,000 streams. So shout out to you guys. I really appreciate y'all. Y'all have been showing love. That is with no marketing budget. I'm going to recall that number. That's with no marketing budget. That is with no promo. That's just like straight, like we launched the music and then like we did like some videos and all that on social media. But it's you guys who are here, who show up to like the stuff that I do on these lives, and you know what I mean, that are, you know, been following the journey. Like y'all, because of y'all, we hit 55,000 streams on Entrepreneur Music, which is crazy. So those of you that don't know, it's on iTunes, it's on Spotify, it's called Entrepreneur Music, and it's going crazy. It is going crazy. So in honor of the 55,000 streams, I'm gonna play one of the songs in the background while I make this next call. Come on, man! Shout out to you guys. I appreciate you guys. With your headphones too, it goes crazy.
Hey, I cannot help it if they wanna be me. They cannot see me. This is that offensive, they're trying to deem me. Do this too easy. I cannot mess with these boys if they're greedy. Speaking too freely. Now I look back at the game and it feeds me. That's that jelly. Whoa, that I know I sense already. Yeah, hit my celly. Whoa, broke man, no feed, man, no fetty. Whoa, feed them belly. Yeah, running this game, that's why I'm sweaty. Whoa, catch no felly. Yeah, catch no beef, I own a deli. Whoa, they not ready. Yeah, them boys sharp, them like machete. Whoa, them boys fly though, them boys fly like Air Force Base East Kelly. That's that jelly. They talk tough, they.
Oh, come on, man. I gotta put a stop to it. Y'all are gonna get me in trouble. Y'all are gonna get me in trouble. Come on, man. Come on, man. We are outside very heavy, very heavy. Shout out to you guys. 55,000 streams. 55,000 streams, guys. And when did we drop that? When did we drop that? I forgot when we dropped it. I don't know. That's cool. It's cool, man. I feel like sometimes like we have the cheat code in life, man. Like we're just like out here like living life and building and growing and doing cool stuff along the way. You know what I mean? Like that's
Hi.
cool. That's
This
really
number
cool.
is using RoboKiller to screen their calls.
Dang it.
Please say your name and the purpose of your call.
I'm coming up as a robo. Earon. Earon Bevins.
Thanks.
Let's see if he answers. Dang, I got flagged as robo. This is my personal cell phone too. That's crazy. What's up, Joseph Frangos? Legacy Makers in the building. Hold up. Let me get my mind right. For those of you that don't know, Legacy Makers is building a community that is impacting lives, not only all across the nation, but globally. And I mean that. It's led by the founder, Joseph Frangos. All right. Absolutely incredible what he's doing. You know, it's building a community of individuals who are working on their mindset, that are working on their ability to build bigger businesses, stretch their context, take their game, their hopes and aspirations to the next level. It's called Legacy Makers. And here's the question to you guys. What's your legacy? What's your legacy? All right, Legacy Makers in the building. Come on now. All right, so I'm about to make the next call. I'm about to make the next call on here. Joseph says, man, you're putting me on heavy. Bro, come on. Listen, when you believe in something and somebody says, Earon, you sound like you're always selling something. I'm like, well, it's because I'm passionate about a lot of stuff. And here's the fact. When you're passionate about something or somebody, you talk about it. And low key, what you're doing is you're trying to sell the other person on an idea that, you know, to sympathize with you and feel the same way you do, right? Whenever somebody falls in love with somebody, you listen to the way that person talks about the other person to everybody else. Why? Because they're selling them on how amazing they are, because they want everybody else in the world to sympathize, you know, have their same feeling about this person. So, you know, it's the same way with a product. When you experience a product or a service that's so amazing, you want to tell everybody. You know what I mean? So that's why, bro. That's why I'm putting you on, Joseph. But low key, I do the most, right? Like that's what everybody says. They're like, man, bro, like you do. By the way, listen, while I'm making the next call, I want to bring this up. Somebody brought this to my attention the other day. There's somebody that didn't like me, right? I guess they didn't like me, or I don't know. They just don't like. They're not very fond of me, or whatever. Like I hadn't done anything wrong to them. They just don't like me. And like just like the personality, my personality, right? And they were like, and somebody who's close to me asked them like, well, oh, why don't you like Earon? And they were like, I don't know. I feel like he's just like he's just full of like he's full of crap, basically. That I just like feel like he puts up a front, and that, you know what I mean, he puts on this facade, but like it's just surface. There's no like depth. And you know, there's a reason why. There's a reason why, you know, I keep it like that, is because very few people, as public as I am, very few people get to know the private level of me. And here's what I say to that. That's not changing. It's not changing. Very few people get to you know, access on that level. And not to say that that person wants it. That person probably doesn't want that access to me on that level, but it's like, only very, very few, very intimate people get access to me on that level. So if it feels very surface level whenever I'm on these lives, by the way, I still give away so much content that it's like, okay, but how long can you fake the front? Like, I give away so much free content that I feel like, right, I've been going live every single day for 2 hours a day for the last 46 days. Like, if you legitimately wanted to know the real me, I'm sure that you can read in between the lines and get to know the real me over this last 46 days. You know what I mean? And you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and if I'm surface level, you know what I mean? Then you know what I mean. I think I am surface level because the reason why we're here is to get that bag. You understand me? If that's surface level, then I'm sorry. But anyway, why am I venting to y'all right now? I don't know. Let's go on to these next calls. Y'all are my therapist. Dang, Tayani says I got cursed out today. Crazy. Joseph Frango says, what's the key to life? He says Reese's and Coke are key to life. Bro, man, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. And tacos on West Ave. You understand me? All right. Drew Renner says it's time. It's time. All right. Tayani says why they came for you like that. I don't know. I don't know. All right. I'm about to make this next call. I know y'all are waiting on me to make the next call. Let's run it. Let's run it. Guys, am I cross-eyed? Like whenever I look at myself in the camera, I feel like I'm cross-eyed. I'm gonna be super self-conscious looking at myself now.
This is Daniel from AAA Ball Bonds. I can't get to my phone right now, so leave your name and
All right, he didn't answer. Let me call him one more time. Let me double tap him. Joseph says, Tayani, it happens. Just remember, these people get thousands of calls, so you'll come across people like that often, but don't let it stop you from pursuing your goal. I love it. I love it. Joseph says, nah, fam, but I have a lazy eye, low-key. Do you, Joseph? Send me. Bro, it's weird looking at myself in the camera right now. I don't know if it's just the angle, but bro, I feel like I feel like I'm cross-eyed, man. Okay, but Joseph, are you? Do you have a lazy eye, Joseph? As long as I've known you, I've never known you to have a lazy eye. But you said it's like low key, like a low key lazy eye. What does that even mean? Like, just like in terms of the angle, it's not like completely cocked to the side. By the way, for anybody here who does have a lazy eye or an eye cocked to the left or to the side, listen, make the most of what you got. Make the most of what you got. In the end, none of that stuff is gonna matter. What matters is making the most of what you got. You'll be able to do all the other things that everybody else in this world is able to do and more. But it's a matter of what you believe. There's people who, and the reason why I say that, some people think that I'm joking, but the reason why I say this is because many people, the way they look, or maybe something about their body, or maybe it's something about their skin, or maybe it's something about who they are as a physical person that gives them a limiting belief that they're not good enough. Everybody goes through that, by the way. The question is, will you allow that to hold you back, or will you decide that you are worthy of your vision, your dream, your goal, regardless of whatever physical reality exists in the body that you have to live in? All right, you are enough is my message. That's my point. Anyway, man, am I emotional today or what? I don't know. But I always stand on a soapbox at least 3 or 4 times throughout these sessions, right? But man, I don't know. I feel low key like not emotional, but not like trigger or sensitive, but like what is this that I feel? It's like I feel passionate. You know what I mean? I'm urgent. You know what I mean? And I'm not passive, but I'm here, I'm present. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it. I'm like responsive. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? I don't know. Put in the comment section if you know what I mean.
Sam.
Hey, Sam.
At the tone, please record.
Dang,
Finish
played.
recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Sam, this is Aaron. I was calling about the property on Sparrow Ridge. I just wanted to see if you had thought about selling it. I might be interested in buying. If so, definitely feel free to call me back, and hopefully we can talk soon. Bye. Let me double tap my man. Tayani says, so to confirm, you drive for dollars.
Hello?
Hey, Sam.
Yes, sir.
Hey, this is Aaron.
Who?
Aaron, I was calling about the property on Sparrow Ridge.
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to see if you had considered selling it. I might be interested in buying.
For yourself or your business?
What's that?
I'm calling for the. I don't know. When I talked with you, I don't remember.
Actually, I think you talked with one of my reps who called you just because.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm the one who's actually going to be making. Go ahead.
Every time you called me, you told me you want to sell it or not. I told you yes. And again, somebody called me and said, you want to sell it or not? Yes, sir. I want to sell it $3.59, not $1 less. Do you want to buy it?
I can run my numbers right now because I just wanted to see if.
You told me last time too. Please don't call me if you just want to play with me.
Sam, really,
Last time too, sir.
really quick. Is this Sam who owns Sam Embroidery?
No, sir.
Oh, okay. I thought you were somebody that I knew. Well, my friend, I'm sorry that somebody wasted your time. This is the first time I've ever talked to you, but I can make you an offer right now if you like.
$3.59.
Okay, got you. Let me just I'm gonna pull up my numbers and I'll make you an offer right now before we get off the phone. It'll just take a couple minutes because I'm gonna make you a cash offer right now. I'm not gonna waste your time.
Doesn't matter. I get the cash from the bank too.
Okay,
Cash offer and the loan offer is the same.
got you.
I'm the real estate broker, sir. I'm not the old years old man. I'm the real estate broker.
Got you.
Cash offer is the same as the loan offer.
Got you.
Nobody calls me.
Got you. And is the property vacant right now or is it occupied?
Yes, sir.
It's
No,
vacant?
it's vacant. Yes, vacant.
Awesome. Okay, I'm pulling up you're a broker? That's awesome.
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. I'm actually pulling up the numbers right now. What makes you wanna
It's like
go ahead?
$30,000 less than the same house in the neighborhood. Exactly same local land. They sell it for $390 right now.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be your buyer on this one, Sam. I'd be around 230,000 cash for this one.
Good luck with that, sir. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Yes, sir. You too. I knew he wasn't gonna be happy with that. Oh, that's funny. Oh, I thought he was somebody that I knew. I have actually an investor who that's funny. He was like, "Good luck, sir. You have a blessed day," he said. But I have an investor whose name is Sam who has a similar accent to him, and I was like, I wonder if he's the same person. But I think I just pissed him off more because he seemed like super annoyed with me calling him. Look like my guy Joseph Frango says. He says, "Shoot or shoot." You understand me? Shoot or shoot, family. Some of these sellers can't stand me. About to give him a heart attack like Stanley. Stanley from The Office. Remember when he got a heart attack and went over y'all's head? Dang, y'all don't get these bars. Y'all don't get these bars, fam. Guys, by the way, we have right now 78 people live across all platforms. Shout out to Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and anybody who has any questions about business, anything that you have going on, put it in the comment section. Let me know, because in between making calls, I'm answering questions. I want to help you in your business. I want to get you to where you're making money.
Your call has been forwarded to.
Somebody said, Earon, what's the catch? Why do you do all this free stuff? And there is a catch. Okay, there is a catch to why I do all this free stuff. All right. Number one, I love what I do, so I would do this for free anyway. And I do it for free, right? Number two, there's many people, guys, who listen to all the advice I give away for free and make a lot of money, and then they come pay for my coaching. Because you legitimately need a coach whenever you're taking your business to the next level. So is there a catch? Yeah, there is a catch. I offer a high ticket coaching program that is elite for those who are ready to take their business to the next level. And so you might say that's manipulative. You might say that that's bad. But like for me, I'm unapologetic about it because I'm giving away so much for free. So like I'm giving you so much for free. Like people's lives are being changed for what I do for free. And so, okay, now when you're ready to turn that into a business, then now my high ticket price that I'm asking should be a no-brainer for you because you're already making money. I don't want people coming and doing, calls with me if they're not making money yet because they're not ready for that coaching anyway. It would be a waste of their time. I don't mean to be ugly or mean. I mean that like to look after them. It would be a waste of their time because they're not ready for that coaching anyway. But for the individuals who are ready for that level of coaching, those are the ones that I'm like, go like to yourwholesalebiz.com, go schedule a strategy session with me, and it might literally change your life the way it is for, the many people who are already in the community and crushing it. All right. But anyway, let me call this next lead because y'all got me out here in my body. Y'all got me all fired up, charged up. Remember that first diss whenever Meek Mill and the Meek Mill and Drake beef? Remember the first diss before back to back? The first diss was called Charged Up. Drake was like, I'm charged up. Y'all remember that? So many people overcomplicate this business when really it's like once you identify what your plan is, the next step is to execute that plan. The third step is to continue executing that plan until you see results. Most people can't stay consistent for 2 weeks. It's no wonder why they're not making money. They quit every 3 days and then wonder why there's never any momentum in their business. They pick a plan and then they abandon that plan after 2 weeks, and it's no wonder why they don't see success. You know what I mean? You got to stay consistent. Some people will never win because they cannot stay consistent long enough to reap the rewards of all their hard work. Ain't that some? Man, just saying those words kind of, it just hit me in my belly, deep in my belly. It made my belly feel like nauseous. You know what I mean? As a little sidebar, before I hop into this next call, guys, one of the important reasons to take care of your health, your gut health, your intestinal health specifically, meaning eating good foods, getting probiotic, you know what I mean, drinking lots of water, staying hydrated, moving your body, exercising, right, for gut health, is because have you noticed how you feel from your gut? That's why everybody says, I have a gut feeling, or whenever somebody breaks your heart, you feel it in your stomach, right? So your stomach is called your other mind. Why? Because that's where your emotion is, otherwise known as your heart. You have millions of nerve endings in your stomach. But here's the what we also know. Bacteria, cancer, diseases, and most other ailments come from the stomach, meaning that majority of diseases and ailments come from the food that we're eating, right? And our stomach health. All right. But what's happening when we're eating all these ugly foods is you're ruining your ability to perceive and feel. and make good decisions, right? Because your gut is so bloated. Maybe there's sludge locked in there, from eating, only barbacoa and big red tacos, or McDonald's every single day. Take care of your health, not just because you want to look sexy and feel confident when you look at yourself naked. Take care of your health because you have two minds. You have your mental one, and then you have your emotional one. And your emotional one, which is the one found in your gut, is more powerful than the mental one. So if you can train your gut and you can train your emotions, man, you can be a powerful person. And that's why many successful people take care of their health. Anyway, just wanted to share that little sidebar before I hop into the next call.
Good evening, this is Danny.
Hey, Danny, this is Earon.
Hey, Aaron.
Hey there. I was calling about the property on Ebner Ridge.
Yes,
Yeah, I was just reaching out to see if you've considered selling it. I might be interested in buying.
the property on Ebner Ridge,
Yes, sir.
it's currently listed for sale.
Oh, it's listed. Okay. Okay, got you. Is it it doesn't look like is it commercial?
No, it's not commercial.
Okay, got you. Okay. Do you want me to just reach out to your realtor then?
I am the realtor.
Oh, it's your property and you listed it?
No.
Oh, you have a listing for somebody else for that property.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, got you. Okay. Um, it looks like it was listed for 215,000.
Correct.
I mean, you being a realtor, I'm gonna cut you straight or shoot to you straight. I mean, I'm an investor, and so this is something I would build on, and I'm thinking I would be around 107,000 for this, but it would be cash, and it's not like an automated offer or anything like that. I know it's like way less than what y'all want, but at least it's a for sure one. We'd be willing to show proof of funds, and we could close in 2 weeks or less, depending on if there's a clear title.
Yeah. So, Aaron, I'll shoot you real straight. We've had several offers that were substantially more realistic than what you just said. And the sellers did not accept them. So we'll probably just stay the course of this one.
Okay, got you. All right, would it be possible for me to follow up in the future if to see if anything has changed?
I mean, I can tell you right now, they're not going to sell it for less than what they bought it for. So
How much did they buy it for?
it's not. I think it was 180 or 182, something in there.
So one oh, got you. I hear you. Okay.
So yeah.
Well, let me do this. Yeah, I hear you. I'm gonna go ahead and pass on this, and if there's anything that happens on my end where maybe I'm able to come up on price, I'll reach back out.
Okay, that sounds really good, man.
Yeah, have a good one, Danny. I appreciate your kindness.
Thanks.
Bye. That's crazy because the asking price that I had here is 215, and so he dropped from 215 to 187. But yeah, I don't feel comfortable about locking that one up just because my buyers in this range, plus the fact that it's on MLS, like this deal as a whole, I don't like it. Can you wholesale a deal that's on MLS? Yes, you can. However, I'm not looking to wholesale it on MLS unless wholesale a deal that's on the MLS unless I'm contracting it for significantly less than what it's listed for. That way, if my buyer that I find for a deal that's on the MLS looks on the MLS, they're not like, hey, I see it on the MLS for cheaper than what you're shopping it to me at. That would be stupid for him to go with me. But if it's on the MLS for 215 and he's getting it from me at 180 or 160, Now he doesn't care what it's on the MLS for because he's getting it from me significantly cheaper. So I don't mind if a deal's on MLS, guys. We've closed deals on the MLS all the time, as long as I'm able to get it under contract significantly less for what it's on MLS for, so that I can sell it for less than what it's on the MLS for. Does that make sense? Boom, 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 boom. All right, I only have 4 minutes left on this live. We do have to end early because I got things that I got to make happen. Man, it's already 5:56 p.m. CST, and I have not eaten yet today. And I've been up since 5. I haven't eaten yet. But I'm going to eat a good meal, and it's like natural intermittent fasting. You know what I'm saying? But it's like sometimes I just be forgetting to eat. You know what I mean? And it's like, or I just have no desire because I'm like, go, 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 go. And then whenever I do eat, I do enjoy it though. Like I'm not saying like I don't like to eat. I love to eat. Bruh, food is life, fam. What? In fact, like while I'm queuing up this next call, like bro, like you know what I realized about myself? I'm definitely like an emotional eater. Like food is emotional for me. Like whenever I'm feeling away, there's certain foods I want to eat. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like some foods I like are peanut butter and jelly. I love a good peanut butter and jelly. Um, Bruh, I can eat anything with white rice and soy sauce. Bruh, steak, Philly cheesesteak. Have y'all been to that cheesesteak place on San Pedro? It's amazing.
Please leave your message.
What is it called? That cheesesteak place. I'm over here talking to y'all like I can hear y'all answer me back. Joseph Frango says, "Oh, Hillary says I love fasting. That's what's up." Joseph says same, and then I hired a coach, bro, and he's got me eating right. Yeah, I feel you. Joseph Frango says that one burger place that's whack unless it's late. You're talking about Whataburger. First of all, Whataburger is amazing, bro. I love Whataburger, bro. Let me tell y'all what my Whataburger order is. My Whataburger order is a number two. All right, number two. That's the double meat. Double number two, double cheese, everything on it, no tomatoes, mayonnaise and mustard, toast the buns, and a Coke. And spicy ketchup, fam. Bro, I'm telling you, it's so the way the cheese melts on the meat is so perfect. Like that first bite, and you have like the char of the toasted bun with the melted cheese and the mayo and the mustard, and then like you have like the juice from like the mayo and mustard and cheese that's always right here. That is like the first and second bite, it's like all right here. And you don't even care because you're just enjoying it so much. And like as you bite into it and like the cheese and mayonnaise is all on the side of your face, you just like your head rolls back, your head falls back, your eyes roll into the back of your head, and you're just like, oh. And it's like you let your stomach out because normally you have it tucked in, but this is your moment to be fat. And so you just let your stomach out and you're like, oh, like I'm just so grateful for this moment. That's what Whataburger is. Whataburger is more than just some burger establishment who's been open for 50 years changing people's lives. You know what I mean? Whataburger is an experience. Joseph Fringle says, make one more call, dog. Over here planning out dinner. I know, you're right. Okay, all right, one more call, one more call. See, this is what I need. This is what I need you guys in my life, man. Okay, cool. So let me go ahead and make this next call. Let me make this next call. 210-344-43. I'm telling you, Whataburger is the ultimate fat food whenever you're depressed. Or, you know what I mean? Or you're just not feeling it, you know what I mean? And you just want to give up for the day. Whataburger. Hey, Delphina?
Yes.
Hey, this is Aaron.
Earon,
Yes, ma'am. I was calling about the property on Dryden Drive.
I don't know who you are. You told me like if you know, I know who you are.
Oh, I was just being friendly. I'm sorry. I just wanted to see if you had considered selling the property. I might be interested in
No,
buying it.
I haven't told anybody I want to sell it.
Okay, got you. Well, hey, thanks for answering. Do you happen to have any other properties you might consider selling?
No, I don't.
Okay. Would it make sense for me to follow up in the future, or you'll probably never sell it?
I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But what y'all want to pay me? No, I won't sell it to you for that.
What do you mean? You don't know what I want to pay you?
People want to sell it, want to pay real cheap for it. I'm not paying. Gonna sell it real cheap.
Well, what do you mean when you say real cheap? Because I might want to pay you more than them.
My house is worth 167,000 right now that I know of.
Hmm.
It could be.
Uh-huh. So that's what you would want to sell it for right now? Because right now it sounds like you don't even really want to sell it though, right?
Not right now. Maybe in a month or 2 months. Maybe I might change my mind.
Okay. Well, what I'll do, Delfina, because it sounds like you've been getting a lot of calls, huh? Are you there?
Yes,
It sounds like you've been getting a lot of calls, huh? Can you hear me?
No.
Okay.
No, I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
It sounds like you've been getting a lot of calls, huh?
Yeah, I have, but they just want to buy it, real cheap.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, it doesn't sound like you're too far away, especially if it's in good condition. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna respect your space. I know you're not wanting to sell right now, but in the next month or two, if I have your permission, I'll just I'll save your information. I'll text you, and then in the next couple months, I'll give you a call back and see if anything has changed. Is that fair?
Okay, that's fine.
All right, Miss Delfina. Is this your cell phone? Can I text you here?
Yeah, this is my home number.
Okay. What's your cell phone? That way I can text you.
I don't give it away.
Oh, you don't, why? You don't trust me?
I don't trust nobody.
Dang, like that.
Just like that, I've been trying to scam before.
Okay.
So
No,
anyway,
I get
call
it.
me in
That's
a
fine.
month
That's fine.
and let me know.
I don't need to text you. I was just teasing, but I don't need to text you. I can just call you in the next couple months and see if anything has changed, okay?
Okay.
Have a blessed day. Bye.
Okay. Bye bye.
Dang, bro. But I get it. I get it. There are scammers out there, and there's people that you can't trust out there. There's very bad people out there, and not everybody has. I mean, even in this industry, you got to be careful. There's some shady jokers in this industry. You know what I mean? But anyway, we're not going to dwell on that because there's shady jokers in any industry. But the fact of the matter is, there's very bad people out there that are taking advantage of older people and disenfranchised people. And, you know, it might be annoying whenever these people are very aggressive and mean to us on the phone. But guys, remember, like Joseph Frango said earlier, they're getting blown up by so many people, not just other real estate professionals, but they're getting blown up by creditors, home warranty people, robo dial, spam dials, scammers. You know what I mean? They're getting hit up by, there's so much spam and noise out there that we have to expect that there's going to be some turbulence whenever we're taking off in the conversation, right? They want to know who you are and if you're real and if you're somebody that's trustworthy. And so, you know what I mean? Don't take it personally, guys. Allow yourself to have very, very thick skin. Get your reps in. Don't get discouraged, and make it happen in your business. All right, make it happen in your business. All right, go out there, continue to take action repetitively, because it's the reps that make you strong over time. It's the compound effect. It's small, basic behaviors done over time yield massive results. All right, with that said, guys, we're going to call it a day. We're ending early today because I have a whole bunch of stuff that I have to get done before tomorrow that I'm responsible for. But I will be going live tomorrow at 7 p.m. for the normal 2 hours at 7 p.m. CST. I'm super excited about it. Until next time, it's your boy, Aaron Bevins, going live, $250,000 in 60 days. To close this off, don't slap nobody, drive safe, brush your teeth, and keep that energy all 2022. Let's get it.
If you're not closing deals today, your business is dying.
I just really think you don't like my assignment fees. But it's all good though, cause I'll double close. Ask me how much did I make, only my mother knows. Now I'm at the dealership like I own one of those. I just made 100,000 right under your nose. 10 bands, 50 band Q Miller. My pipeline like Godzilla. Please do not play with my Skrilla. Attorney on deck, he a killer, yeah. Beat on my chest like a gorilla. Me and winning are familiar, yeah. Me and the whole lot familiar. Neapolitan vanilla, yeah.